If you're leaving, will you take me with you? Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mark Goldbridge. That's football. We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. He's live. We're live. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think it's just because it's an early kickoff, isn't it? That's what it is. It's an early kickoff, and it's got me proper excited. So it has proper excited. Midday kickoff. And we've also got Chelsea-Manchester United this afternoon at 4:30 in the United stand for a fucking watch-along for that as well. I can't fucking believe it. But back to the English. Let's get on with this. Big game. Not for Arsenal. I don't think it's... Well, it is a big game for Arsenal, but it's a big game for Leicester. It's a big game for Leicester, this one, because... They need... I'm good, you and Black. I am good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good today. I don't know why. Maybe I've got a feeling that Manchester United are going to do it. Sing some Stone Roses, says Alexander. Might have a bit of Stone Roses in a bit. But we are live. We are happy. We are good. It's a Super Sunday. I'm looking forward to Man United Chelsea. I've got a good feeling about it. That'll be on the United Stand, not this channel, by the way. But we are live on this channel for Leicester versus Arsenal. Where will Arsenal finish? Well, they might... At the moment, they're top of page 2. They're winning the Scroll Down Cup. If you know, you know. Basically, you have to scroll down to see where Arsenal are in the league. They're 11th in the league with 34 points. And Leicester have got 49 points. They're 15 points ahead of Liverpool. That is shambolic. That's shambolic, that is. That's not shamone. That's not shambone. That's shambolic. That's what it is for Arsenal. 15 points off Leicester, who are currently joint second. And they've got a big... I think the connotations of this game are huge, really, because when you look at it, Leicester have got an opportunity, if they win today, to go 3 points ahead of United into second place. And if they do that, then Man United play Chelsea. They could be second tonight. My score prediction for this one... I don't know. It's hard. I've got a funny feeling Arsenal won't lose. So I'm going to go with a draw. But I think Leicester would really surprised me going out of the Europa League, because I thought they might take it a little bit more seriously, and they haven't. They didn't. They're out. So they can focus on the Premier League now. And I think the Premier League is obviously very important for Leicester. But Arsenal, I think Arsenal's season just revolves around the Premier League now, doesn't it? Not the Premier League, the Europa League. Because Arsenal just cannot... I mean, I'm just going to do you the team news now, but Arsenal are... Well, they're 6 points off... Oh, no, this is even worse. They're 9 points off a Europa League spot, 5th place. I mean... Arsenal will want to finish as high up the league as they can, but the reality is you're not going to finish 5th and get Europa League football. So for Arsenal, they're 6th. Wow, they're 6 points off 6th, 7th. Everton are in 7th with 40, and Arsenal have got 34 points and have played a game more. So Arsenal's season's about the Europa League. They're out the FA Cup. It's all about the Europa League, but obviously they can't keep losing because they've got to look behind them, really. The Wolves are behind them. Crystal Palace could go ahead of them. So it's not good. I'm trying to spin a positive for Arsenal here, but they could actually go down to 12th today if Crystal Palace beat Fulham, who are kicking off at 12 o'clock as well. So, but look, we can get more into that. Let's go through the team news. Schmeichel in goal, Castagne, Evans, Sionku, Thomas as a back four, Ricardo Pereira, Ndidi, Tillemans and Barnes, and Iheanacho and Vardy. So they're playing a 4-4-2. No Maddison, of course. So, I mean, I think this is the problem that Leicester have. This is why we all talk about sleeping on Leicester, but the reality is what happened to Leicester last year is they got a lot of injuries. Obviously, Maddison's out at the moment. They can't afford to lose players. They've got someone called Tavares on their bench, number 50. Has he become real? Is Tavares now real? This is scary. Arsenal's team, Leno, Cedric, Luis, Mari, Tierney, Elneny, Xhaka, Pepe, Smith Rowe, Willian, Lacazette. No Aubameyang. He's on the bench, as is Xhaka, Odegaard, and I don't know. What's that all about? Partey on the benches. I mean, what's he doing? Like, have we got any Arsenal fans here? What is he doing? What is he doing? Zane's in the house. He says, come on, Arsenal, let's go for it. We have way more trophies than them. We are the Arsenal and they are a small club. Rogers, what are you doing? Come to us in the summer. What are Arsenal doing? Thomas looks decent. I do like the left back for Leicester, Tyrone. Very, very good. But seriously, what is Arteta doing? Why is he not starting Aubameyang? Why is he not starting Saka? Why is he not starting Odegaard? Has he given up on the title now? Not the title. Has he given up on the league now? I presume Arsenal have got a game midweek. Are they carrying injuries? I don't know. Maybe somebody can let us know about that one. But it does seem a little bit odd to me why you would do that, because I think it's a tough game on paper as it is. So he's ready to lose, says Jared. Saka's crap, that's why, says Kieran. Resting players, says Ross Williamson. Going all out for Europa League. Yeah, but there's no Europa League game until a week on Thursday, so you're not playing on Thursday. But yeah, is that Tavares on Leicester's bench off your career mode to Salah Ahmed? It can't be true. He's a computer-generated player. That would be amazing. I thought Partey would have a Bruno effect, says Matthew Larney. Well, we're ready to go here. Score prediction, I'm going to go 1-1. What's your score predictions? I'm going to go 1-1. Marvin says they're resting players. And we're about to kick off here. Let me just get the timer ready. Yeah, I'll go 1-1. 1-1. Come on, ref. Get on with it, for fuck's sake. All this pissing around at the start of a game doesn't half piss me off. Go. We're off. There we go. Timer's up. And let me get the timer on the screen. A few people saying Arsenal are going to lose this. Wait a minute. I think my bloody heating's come on. Don't want the heating on today. It's not that sort of a day. I did see the controversy at the Hawthorns yesterday, and I thought it was ridiculous, to be honest with you. Absolutely ridiculous refereeing decisions. Almost as bad as the rugby. But yeah, big day of football ahead of us. Manchester United trip to Chelsea. That'll be on the United stand from about half past 4 kickoff. We'll be live about 3 o'clock with team news build-up and all that lot. But this game on paper today looked like it was going to be a big game, and it is. And the reason it's a big game is probably not for what traditionally would make it a big game. Mid-table Arsenal visiting second place Leicester. And the reality is that this game is more for me and everybody else, Chelsea, Liverpool and everyone else, probably looking for Arsenal to do us a favour and make Leicester drop points, because Leicester have got total focus on the league now. No Europa League football for Leicester. They went out on Thursday night to Slavia Prague, and their focus now is going to be the Premier League, of which they can go second today and start to build some momentum off that. And I think without a shadow of a doubt, Leicester's motivation is Champions League football. And the interesting thing about Leicester, just very quickly, as Arsenal come forward here, they're not a team that needs to sell. They're very much like Everton now. They're a well-run club and they have got money, so they don't need to sell. And if they got Champions League football, what I would want to be doing if I was Brendan Rodgers is certainly not going to Arsenal like Zane says. I would be saying, right, I've got Vardy, I've got Ndidi, I've got Maddison, I've got Barnes, I've got Fofana, and I've got Sionku, Pereira. I've got some really good players. I want 3 more. I want a really good striker. I want another good midfielder, attacking midfielder, and I want another good winger. And I think you add that to the depth he's got at the back and in the midfield, and Leicester become an even better side. What players would you take from the starting 11 of each team, says Connor Mitchell? Well, we always play that, and I think we did it last week with Leicester anyway. So for me, it would be Ndidi from Leicester. From that starting 11 for Arsenal, it's difficult because, I mean, they've got Willian starting. I don't want him. I don't want Lacazette. I don't want Pepe. I don't mind Smith Rowe, but I wouldn't really want him. I definitely don't want either of their midfielders. I don't really want Kieran Tierney because we've got 2 left backs. I don't want their goalkeeper. I don't rate this. I don't really want. I'd take Smith Rowe. I don't really rate that Arsenal side at all. The players I would take from Arsenal are not even starting. So I'd take Aubameyang. Definitely would. I'd take Saka. He's probably my favourite player that Arsenal have got. But from that starting 11, slim pickings really. I'd probably take Smith Rowe, and we don't really need him. Smith Rowe or Tierney. We don't need them though. Good question. Good question. And I suppose that says the problem with Arsenal, isn't it? That's not a good Arsenal side, that. When I'm scratching around. Who would I take from Chelsea? Kovacic, probably. But Saka's not starting, so you can't say him. You've got to take him from the starting lineup. Hi, Mark. Do you think Bruno will play well today? Says Let's Maths. And I'm not doing your surname because it's disgusting. I predicted on the morning show on the United Stand that Bruno will not have a good game today, and the reason I don't think he'll have a good game is because we are playing. We're going to play counter-attacking football. We're gonna do the old. People will be digging these tweets out tonight, I reckon. United against the traditional top 6 haven't won and have only scored 1 goal. Be a 0-0. It'll be a 0-0 or a 1-0 today. That's what'll happen. Yeah. No Partey, no Aubameyang, no Saka. No Gabriel. Don't know what's wrong with Gabriel. Dreams can come true. No Gabriel. The curry was absolutely magnificent, Scott, last night. I did an accidental repeat order on Just Eat. Yeah, I did an accidental one. Loads of stuff turned up and I was like, I can't ever remember doing this order. And there was onion barges, samosas, chicken tikka masala. It was absolutely lovely, and I ate the lot. I was starving after that watch along last night. It was a lovely, lovely, lovely curry. Really good. Mark. No, I can't answer that. What did you have for breakfast, as Cabot? I just had the standard. Just had porridge with banana on top and some. What do they call it? Chia seeds, I think they call them. Chia. Meant to be very good for you, so I just had that. Make sure you subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. Get involved with the channel. FIFA Career Mode is back tomorrow. It's coming towards its end and the treble is on. The treble is on. And I'm very, very, I don't know what's coming next. Well, I do know what's coming next, but the Manchester United FIFA Career Mode, it's on its last season. It's the last dance. And it's getting to an interesting point. Champions League knockout phase just starting. Still in the FA Cup, and still in a title race. I'm feeling good today. Looking forward to the game. Here's Tielemans down the right-hand side. As I look up, he's going to score. He's going to score a goal. He's going to score a goal. And it's a good goal. And it's Tielemans. Arsenal's defence parting. Just a shit, actually. It's not parting like anything. Absolutely shite. Tielemans running it from the halfway line, down the right-hand side. No one closes him down. You see the shot yourself, and he blasts it into the bottom corner. I tell you what, he gets away. Willian's going to get the blame for that. I don't know where the defence is. There's nobody goes across. What's El Neni doing there? However you pronounce his name. You've got to go and close the shot. And I don't think Leno should get beat from there either. Watch this back. That angle, keeper should be saving that. Leno should be saving that. Top class keeper, my arse. They'll blame it on Willian, but it's like, it reminds me of the goal that Leicester scored against Manchester United, where Harvey Barnes scored, and they tried to blame it on Bruno for giving the ball away, but McTominay should have closed him down. And Leno again, nearly letting Vardy in there. But it's 1-0 to Leicester. It's a lovely goal by Tielemans, I've got to give it, but no goalkeeper should be getting beaten from that angle. I don't care what you say, if that's my keeper, that is dodgy, I'm afraid. But 1-0. Oh, it could be 1-1. Smith Rowe couldn't find the cutback. Goes for a corner. Open game so far. Hi, Mark. Have you heard about the possible Ipswich takeover? It's rumoured to be done by the end of March, says Freddie. No, I haven't. Ipswich fan there. I don't know who got the assist on that, because I think the assist came from an Arsenal player pissing about, probably Willian. But it's 1-0 to Arsenal. It's not Arsenal, Leicester. Dream on. I knew Arsenal were going to bottle this. When you want Arsenal to get a result, they'll bloody bottle it. And I do want Arsenal not to lose. I'm never normally in that situation where Arsenal are so shit and irrelevant that I don't care if they win, because Leicester are our competitor. Leicester will be second if they win today. So as a United fan, as a Chelsea fan, as a Liverpool fan, everybody actually wants Arsenal to win because Arsenal are irrelevant. So you better bloody sort yourselves out here. Charlie says Leicester are getting second 100%. Well, I did want to have a look at the next few fixtures for Leicester, actually, because I think now that they're out of the Europa League, their run-in fixtures become very, very interesting. And in March, they've got Burnley away, Brighton away, Sheffield United at home, and you'd expect them to take 9 points there. Well, United have got to play Man City. Chelsea have got to play Liverpool. There's a real opportunity. And I just wonder if Brendan Rodgers looked at that and said, you know what? We've got potentially 12 points in a row here that would solidify top 4 for us. Do we mess about in the Europa League, or do we... And I think... I don't know whether he's done this, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he has. I think he's done what we were talking about as United fans back when the Europa League draw came out. It's very hard to do top 4 and win the Europa League. Now, we always knew Ollie would do it, and he's got a bigger squad. But for Rodgers, has he got a squad to do Thursday, Sunday? And is it not common sense to go, let's get knocked out of the Europa League and let's go for it? But then I don't know whether they purposely did get knocked out against Slavia Prague, but I think it could be the best thing that happens for them. So the next 3 games for Leicester are Burnley, Brighton and Sheffield United, all winnable games. Then they go into April and it gets a bit tough because they've got Man City, West Ham, but then they've got West Brom and Palace. And then they finish the season with Southampton, Newcastle, Manchester United, Chelsea, Spurs. Their last 3 games of the season are hard. They've got United, Chelsea and Spurs, but they could have a big enough gap by then. Big opportunity for Leicester to get top 4 this season. Really is. We've got them in the FA Cup, yeah. I think Arteta's set this team up to lose anyway. I'm sure he's not done it deliberately, but I think he's set them up to lose. How can you put so many players on the bench? It's ridiculous. You talk about Spurs all or nothing. I think it's very much all or nothing for Arsenal in the Europa League. As I said, the players that he's left out today, you're inviting a loss, really. Scooby-Doo, says me. You're inviting a loss. Arsenal, look, it's almost irrelevant for me to say this. Arsenal. I don't know what I'm saying. Let me have a look at the league table. So Arsenal are currently down in 11th place, and they will be playing midweek. They're playing Burnley. Oh no, they've got a week off, Arsenal. That's even more weird. Oh, it's a penalty! Penalty to Arsenal! Tillemans is saying it's not a penalty, but it is a penalty to Arsenal. Arsenal have got the week off as well, by the way. They don't play till next Saturday. They've got Burnley next Saturday. So why would you rest all these players? But Pepe's won a penalty here. Let's have a watch of it. It looks like a penalty to me. Well, that's not the angle. No, it's not a penalty. That's a bloody dive. Book him for that. That is a dive. That is a dive, surely. I can't see it enough. That looks like a dive to me. It's hard to tell. VAR. I don't think he touches him. No, that's a dive. That's a bloody dive. Blatant. If he gives that penalty, most blatant dive ever. No, that is a dive. There's no contact. There's no contact at all. It's an invisible tackle. Do not give the penalty. It's a total dive. There's no contact. What are you looking at? There's nothing there. You can see. There's no contact. His foot goes way before. It's bloody... Why are they looking at it again? There's no contact. There's zero contact. If Ndidi touches him, it's outside the box anyway. No penalty. Free kick. There you go. I wasn't. Tell you what, I wasn't even looking at the Ndidi one. I was looking at the Tillemans one, which is what he'd given it for. He'd given it. That's why I was looking at it. So fair play, everyone who's noticed that. But yeah. No penalty, foul outside the penalty. I wasn't even looking at Ndidi. I was looking at the penalty. Outside of the box, says Ben Lennon. Yeah, fair play to you lot. You've got it right. I wasn't looking at the Ndidi bit. I was just looking at the Tillemans bit. So, free kick to Arsenal instead. Willian won't score from here. So Arsenal could have got a way out there, could have got a penalty, but they haven't got it. So it's a free kick, lots going on. Watching this Arsenal side is depressing. Even if you're not a fan, at least VAR keeps it interesting, says Martin Mason. And it goes for a corner from the free kick. But yeah, I'll just go back to what I was talking about. Arsenal, Leicester, a lot of teams are playing midweek this week. I think Leicester are playing midweek this week. Let's have a quick look. Corner to Arsenal here. Yeah, Leicester are playing Burnley on Wednesday night. So Leicester played exactly the same amount of games as of Arsenal have recently. They played Thursday night. They're playing on Wednesday. They've got a big game today. And then they're playing next weekend. Arsenal played Thursday night. They're playing today, but they're not playing until next Saturday. So Arteta decides to rest players like Aubameyang and Saka in a game like this. When they're not playing for the rest of the week. I think if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be bloody furious with this. You are basically putting up the white flag. Doesn't mean you... I mean, I'm probably more angry than Arsenal because I don't want Leicester to win. But as soon as I saw that team news, I was like, what is he doing? And then knowing that they're not playing for a week, the players will get the rest this week, Mikel. Or Michael, as I'm going to call you. I'm not calling you Mikel. You're in England. You're Michael. And, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. Bit defeatist. Zane's been awfully quiet recently, says Palmarius. But he does want Brendan Rodgers to be the man. But Arsenal have had a lot of the ball, which means nothing. Means absolutely nothing. Because Leicester will more than happily give up the ball to Arsenal now. They'll be like, yeah, we'll hit you on the break. Mark, give me some tips that will help me fall asleep in 15 minutes, says Mihailo. Do you really want? Do you want a serious one? Or do you want a joke one? A joke one. Just get any Spurs match from December and just watch that. You'll fall asleep very quickly. But a serious one, I do this quite a lot because sometimes I can't get things out of my head at night. And I'm not talking like, whether Ollie's going to pick Donny. I mean, like, sometimes I find it hard to relax because my brain's quite wired, so it'll just be thinking about stuff, and that's not what you want when you're going to sleep. But it's a nice ball in behind to Cherney here, and it'll be another... I think it's going for a goal kick as well. Gone for a goal kick. I go onto YouTube, and there are a few things on YouTube that you can watch that are quite relaxing. Not YouPorn, YouTube. So you could watch things like... just there's lots of like little mini documentaries and stuff like that on YouTube, and I think they're quite relaxing things. Giovanni said you could masturbate. That's not going to get you relaxed, is it? That's going to pump not only your blood pressure up, but something else is going to get pumped up as well. What do you want him to sing? You've got to pump it up. You know, that's not going to get you to sleep, I'm afraid. But although a lot of people are actually saying do that. Deep sleep meditation on YouTube works, says Ryan. There are some good stuff on there, yeah. Anyway, it's 1-0 to Leicester here. Arsenal putting out a team that was always going to struggle, I think. Same Mark, lying in bed at night around midnight, always get a takeaway on the brain, says Joshua Bowwater. And Mark, how did you get into the police? Always been interested in that type of career. Sorry if you've already spoke about it, says Stephen Hazard. I think it's different now, Stephen. I think you need a degree to go in there now, which I never had. So I can't really give you any tips. You just used to apply back when I did it. That's a very good idea as well. I mean, it's making me feel sleepy, but Wilf says turn your screens off 1 hour before bed, then read a book in bed. Very relaxing. Yeah, phones and stuff, I try to get off them before half an hour before, but I will watch TV to go to sleep, which is, I think TV is less worse for you than what phones and stuff are. Definitely stay off social media, because that'll just get your brain pumping around and all that sort of stuff. But 20 minutes gone here. As I said, Arsenal having a lot of possession since they've gone 1-0 down, but this is the way Leicester will want it. They won't care about that. What Leicester will be trying to do, especially with Vardy on the pitch, they'll be very much like, well, let Arsenal press as high up the pitch and try and hit them on the break. I would say there's a good chance that Leicester will score the next goal, because that Arsenal defence, as we know, is absolutely rubbish. There's a nice ball into... Is that Iheanacho? Oh, and it's going to go for a goal kick. That's who Leicester need to get rid of. Iheanacho, by the way. He's shite. Remember when they were saying that he was going to be better than Martial when he was at Man City? Ha! What a load of shite. Yeah, Leicester... If Leicester wants to progress next season, they need to bring in a top striker to compete with Vardy. It'd be well worth the money. Vardy is like God at Leicester, and he's getting old. And so it makes total sense for Leicester to bring in a striker. Good shot there. Ooh! Leno couldn't see it. Good shot from Harvey Barnes, about 30 yards out, and Leno just palmed it down. It could have landed to a Leicester player. I use my soundbar and listen to rain. It's very relaxing, says Johnny Bravo. Zane's disappeared. I have Harvey Barnes in my fantasy team, says Zach. Having a very good season, Harvey Barnes. How old is Harvey Barnes? I'm going to just check. And that's going to go... Oh no, Evans will keep that in because it won't go for a corner. He's 23. 23, that's not too bad. That's not too bad, is it? 23 years of age. A good question there. Are you worried about Leicester getting top 4? I must admit I have slept on Leicester, and I will continue to sleep on Leicester, and that means that I don't really see them as a threat for top 4. No, but I'm not blind to it. I just think that there's still a lot of games to go, and as I said, Leicester are 1 or 2 injuries away in the attack from failing to score goals, which is what had happened to them last year. They do miss Maddison, and they haven't got the squad depth in those areas. But I would be worried if I was Liverpool and Chelsea. I mean, United, we could get pulled into that very, very quickly. But the cold, harsh facts are that they... only 4 teams can get top 4. Man City are definitely getting one of those spots. And then it's between Manchester United, Leicester, Chelsea, Liverpool, Everton and West Ham at the moment. Realistically, you would expect Chelsea, Manchester United and Liverpool to take the other 3 spots. But if Leicester take one, then one of Chelsea, Man United and Liverpool aren't. And that's a big thing, isn't it? Meditation is really beneficial an hour before going to bed. Everyone should try it, says Let's Maths. And thank you very much for that. Ewan says, do you have an unpopular opinion? Mine is Maddison is better than Grealish. Ooh, Ewan, that is very unpopular. I'm going to have to stand up and try and digest that one and then crap it out. That is, well, it's your opinion, Ewan. I'm not here to crap all over it, although I just did. But I'm stretching my back, really, Ewan. If you know, you know. But no. Jack Grealish, for me, is a contender for Player of the Year. Maddison's been better this year. I think if you'd said that to me 18 months ago, I probably would have said there's a debate to be had, but I'm not on that page now. I think it is an unpopular opinion, Ewan. So you've hit the brief. You've hit the brief there because it is an unpopular opinion of yours. So there you go. What would my unpopular opinion be? Archie, I've already done an England first 11. I will try and remember it for you in a minute. Free kick to Arsenal here. Opportunity to put a cross in from the right. I mean, I suppose the positive thing with Arsenal is that they can bring these good players on. Arteta thinks he's Pep. That's the problem. He's the Poundland Pep. He's seen Man City yesterday against West Ham, who are in the top 5, and he's seen Pep drop half of his 5 players to rest them, and he's thought, well, I'm the Poundland Pep. Underley, I'm going to rest 3 or 4 of my first team players and I'll still beat Leicester. The problem is, you are the Poundland Pep, mate. That there's a route. There's a hint in the name. You're shite. Your team's not very good. You can't afford to rest first team players. You're in 11th, not first. There's an extra 1 next to your team. The Poundland Pep. We probably should call Arsenal the Poundland Man City, because they have got a 1 next to the name, but they've also got another 1. Pep's only good with money, says Gaz Elliott. And coming from an Arsenal fan, 100% believe Bruno deserves Player of the Year, says Commander Penguin. I'd be amazed if Bruno doesn't win Player of the Year, but I'm trying to think of an unpopular opinion. And I think Ewan deserves a real big bit of praise there, because that is a proper unpopular opinion. Willian with the chance shoots it wide from the edge of the box. Because an unpopular opinion is meant to be unpopular, but one that's believable for that person. We're concentrating on the Europa League, Mark. We've outplayed you twice this season, says Zane. And you know what, Zane? That does nothing. Nothing. It means nothing to me. There is no emotional reaction at all. There is no, I'm going to get angry. I'm like, it doesn't mean anything anymore, Zane. You're rubbish. You're absolutely rubbish. And telling me that you've outplayed us twice this season, what, in the league? In the league where we're 3rd and you're 11th? Not bothered. Not bothered, Zane. Because it's a 38-game season. And this is the problem with Arsenal. Play United twice. Oh, it's our cup final. Well, this is why you're 11th, because you can get up for us, but you can't get up for bloody Burnley, can you? You can't get up for Leicester. You're a typical small club mentality who, when you play a big team, it's like, oh, we're up for this. I'd be embarrassed by that. Quality is inconsistency, and you've got no consistency. Here's Ricardo Pereira down the right-hand side. Sit him down, Ricardo. Sit him down. Oh, they've cleared it. Unpopular opinion. Well, I'll tell you what, unpopular opinion here then. I don't like saying it. Unpopular opinion. Well, no, I think it'd be too much. I can't say that. I think it'd be a popular opinion. Okay, I'll say it anyway. Unpopular opinion. Aaron Wan-Bissaka shouldn't go to the Euros with England because Reece James is a better right back. And I like to be honest about my football, and I do like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but Reece James offers more as a right back than Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka is a very, 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 very good defensive right back, but I think going forward, he's not that good. And I think you want a balanced right back. You do, and I think Reece James is better. But look, it has created controversy. Mark, if Chelsea get Haaland, we challenge Liverpool and City because our defensive midfield is very strong under Tuchel. We just can't score, says Advitya. And Zane says, Mark, you're in a false position. Leicester, Liverpool, Chelsea are better than you. Only game you have won all well is Southampton. The rest you struggle, not the sign of champions. Well, we're not going to be champions, but we're not having mid-table matters like you. But no, I do like Wan-Bissaka, but he's not a £50 million right back. Again, we've overpaid there, and that's maybe that's another unpopular opinion. You know, everybody talks about Harry Maguire being an £80 million centre back, and we overpaid. We overpaid on Wan-Bissaka as well. He's not a £50 million right back. We overpaid. He's probably a £30 million right back because I've never really spoken about this on the United Stand. I do like Wan-Bissaka. There's no doubt that when he's playing well defensively, he's absolutely solid. You can't get past him. Been a bit inconsistent this season. I'm worried about his positional sense. He tucks in all the time. I don't know. That can't be coaching, I think, now. I used to think it was. I used to think it was between Lindelof and Maguire, so he'd tuck in, but he does it when Baye's playing as well. And going forward, he's just not good enough going forward. So Ollie even has admitted this. Corner to Arsenal, Willian, back post David Luiz, and it goes for another corner. Ollie's even admitted it himself. He said that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is a couple of years behind Luke Shaw, so there's still that development to go there. Well, Ollie's absolutely spot on. There's definitely potential with that Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He can get better going forward, and he's better this season. But you don't pay 50 million for a potential right back, and that's what I'm saying. We paid too much. He's not the complete article. He has got areas in his game that he needs to iron out. And he could be, at 25, England's best right back. But right now, I think we overpaid for him. Controversial opinion. Just because they're English, their price overhyped, says Swade. I think Manchester United are just bad at buying players. I think Saka should make the Euros squad. Yeah, Sean, I definitely do. Paul Flanagan says Arsenal are actually 8 points away from relegation. Are they? Let's have a look at that. That's got me excited. Let's have a look. So Arsenal 34 points. No, they're 11 points off relegation. Fulham have got 34. Unless Fulham are winning. No, they're not. It's 0-0. If Fulham win and Leicester lose, Arsenal lose, they're 8 points off relegation. I mean, look, Arsenal aren't going to get relegated anyway. No way. No way, no way. They won't get relegated. Fezil says, yeah, Aaron Wan-Bissaka's getting better in attack. He is. I rate Aaron Wan-Bissaka. That's not what I'm saying. Somebody said, have you got a controversial opinion? And I'm like, everyone talks about Harry Maguire's fee. We overpaid on Aaron Wan-Bissaka. People don't want to hear it. You don't pay £50 million on a right back that's got potential, can't attack, and you're waiting for him to get better. For £50 million, you expect to get a complete right back. And you're not, so therefore United overpaid, in my words. Bruno is better than De Bruyne. You bottled it, Mark, says Yeshwanth. I don't know what I bottled. I am doing Liverpool Chelsea watch along on this channel on Thursday. I think that's the next watch along we're doing, actually, because Wednesday night I'll be doing United Palace. Tuesday night's Man City Wolves. Forget that. I'm not interested in that. Wolves are the most boring team in the world. And Man City, I don't really like watching them win. So I would rather do a lot of things on Tuesday night than do a watch along for that. So the next watch along on this channel will be Thursday night football, Chelsea Liverpool, which is a huge game. I'm not going to build it up because Man United Chelsea is a huge game today first, but Chelsea Liverpool is massive. Lacazette, look at him, treating the pitch like a swimming pool, diving everywhere, sponsored by Speedos. That's not a trump, by the way. It's my foot on wood. Not my wood, my wooden floor. Larry the Lobster says, I'm sponsoring Lacazette. Can lobsters dive? They're quite slow, crappy animal. I always think lobsters are a waste, aren't they? As an animal, they are a bit of a waste animal, lobsters, because they're so easy to catch, but they've got these big claws. Unpopular opinion: Sancho's no better than Richarlison, says May. I think with Jadon Sancho, it's very difficult. I think with Jadon Sancho, he knows himself he's got to start playing in the Premier League because the Bundesliga, we've seen lots of players in the Bundesliga that do fantastically well, but then don't travel well. So Sancho in the Premier League, I think it's unfair to say that Richarlison's no better. But to be fair to Richarlison, he does do it in the Premier League. So some people would say that's an unpopular opinion, but I actually can. It is an unpopular opinion, and I do disagree with it. But I think it's got some basis in the fact that Sancho's not done it in the Premier League yet. Sino says, does Reuben Diaz deserve Player of the Year? He's definitely a candidate. I think there's 3 big candidates for me this year: Grealish, Bruno, Reuben Diaz, and I mean, look, you've probably got to put Harry Kane in there. You've probably got to put Salah in there as well. But Reuben Diaz won't win it because good shot from distance there. Leno gets hold of that. Man City weren't great at the start of the season. And Man City have really been on fire since December, but they weren't great at the start of the season. And I mean, I just think for a centre attacking midfielder, Bruno Fernandes is unparalleled, isn't he? The goals, the assists, the amount of times he's hit the post. Lacazette's on the floor here. No, it's not Lacazette, it's Pepe this time. And that's it. That is a bit of a nasty foul by Sionku, to be honest. Unpopular opinion, but Hudson-Odoi is better than Saka, but because Saka is in a worse team, he looks better, says Sam Pugh. Well, that's something that Saka needs to look at in his future career, isn't it? Because he's committed long-term to Arsenal, but what's the long-term future for Arsenal here? Bruno's also carried Man United to Samson. Unpopular opinion that the Bundesliga is overhyped. No, the Bundesliga's always been overhyped. It's not. I don't think it's a great league. I think Bayern Munich are a great side, but I don't think the Bundesliga is a great league. Here's a chance for Leicester to get away. Vardy's made the run. Oh, the cover is there from Cherney. Unlucky. Could have been in through one-on-one. Kasper Schmeichel is better than Dean Henderson. Koundé was clocked at 33.4 kilometres yesterday. Only Dembele was faster at 34 in the Barca versus Sevilla game, says Ajmal. Exactly what we need. Exactly what we need at centre-back. But, Chris B says, TFH3 says Bundesliga have got a lot of individual talents. And Chris B says, unpopular opinion, Arsenal will win the league before Man United. Well, that is an unpopular opinion, Chris, but it actually has got some basis. Even as a United fan, it's not, it is an unpopular opinion, but I don't agree with it, but I understand it. Because Manchester United, to me, are not winning the league anytime soon, even though we're finishing higher in the league. Arsenal were finishing higher in the league 5 years ago than United. Arsenal always used to finish above United after Sir Alex Ferguson retired. Did they win the league? No. And now the tables have turned. Admittedly, United didn't go this shit. We never went mid-table in February. But if you don't win the league, there's only improvement for Arsenal. And I don't think United are going to win the league anytime soon. So if Arsenal had a takeover, another foul on Pepe here. Pepe's played quite well for Arsenal here, and it will be a booking for the, is it Thomas, the left back? He's getting a bit of a tough game tonight, this lunchtime, Thomas. Good skill by Pepe. But yeah, so if Arsenal got a big takeover in the next couple of years, then Man United aren't going to get one. So maybe Arsenal have got a better chance. But I think you look at it now and you go, ha, that's ridiculous. He's an idiot. Arsenal are mid-table, United are second. But can United, in their current setup, win the title? I don't think they can. Can Arsenal, in their current setup, win a title? No, they can't. But if they had a big takeover, maybe they'd have a better chance of winning the league. Unpopular opinion, Bruno is better than Prime Zidane, says Lemonhead. Another free kick here for Arsenal to whip a cross in. 38 minutes gone. Willian with the cross. Headed. Goal! Good goal. David Luiz. They're back in it, Arsenal. Leicester will be fuming with that. Xhaka thinks he's won the World Cup. He's mounted Douglas Luiz from behind. And he's shouting, come on, come on, come on. He's like an excited porn star. But it is 1-1. And it's a good header by David Luiz. And it's a cross by Willian. It's the Brazilian connection. Leicester will be very, very frustrated. Very, very frustrated with conceding a goal like that. Willian with the cross. David Luiz with the header. And 1-1. And this is good. People are like, why? What are you celebrating an Arsenal goal? I wouldn't say I'm celebrating an Arsenal goal, but I don't want Leicester to win. There's a top 4 race for Manchester United, and I cannot... I do like Leicester, but I can't get behind Leicester. So, 1-1. Just before... Well, 5 minutes to go to half-time. And good goal. Let's go. Let's go, says Jay Reynolds. Yeah, I predicted a draw in this game. I would like a draw in this game. Smith Rowe's just gone down injured here for Arsenal. He's having a drink of water. I'm very hot. Very hot. I need some water. I'm very hot. I don't think that's what's wrong with him. No, I think he's... I don't know what's wrong with him. He's got his head down. I think he's coming off. He's not happy. I think he is quite injury prone, isn't he, Smith Rowe? Willian with the assist, Keno. Willian, the hated... There are Arsenal fans that verbally abuse Willian horrifically, quite on the regular. And I'm not talking about individual Arsenal fans. I see a lot of them doing it. He is the scapegoat, hated figure at Arsenal. And yet his assist has got them back to 1-1. Will they give him any credit? Will they heck? They probably think they could probably put a cross in like that, even though they clearly couldn't. They couldn't cross their legs. But Odegaard's coming on for Arsenal. Smith Rowe goes off. That probably makes them a little bit better. Zane's in the house celebrating. So Odegaard's coming on. Smith Rowe goes off. Look at Pep. Look at Arteta now acting like he's... he's not happy, Smith Rowe. Straight down the tunnel. Douglas Luiz flashbacks to Aston Villa career mode, says Michelle Callahan. And... Arteta's suddenly become all... He thinks if he can stand on the side and start throwing his arms around, he makes himself look like a good coach. Pound, land, Pep. Do a dance. It's like this. It's like he's doing a bloody rap. You've done nothing for 40 minutes, mate. Now you've scored a goal and you're acting like you're... Look at him, he's got a serious face on now. Get the camera on me. Get the camera on me. Mikel, get the camera on me. I'm going to move my arms. I don't mind Arteta. I think he is a good coach, to be fair. As people on this channel know, I stuck by him for whatever that means. I did stand by Arteta in December. I thought it was bloody ridiculous that some fans wanted him to get the sack. Arsenal are a nightmare of a club to manage. Sing blinded by the lights and Rashford will score today, says Benched. I've been sat down here. Dominic Harry, he knows more than you, Mark. Oh no, I'm going to end the stream. I'm only going to end the stream because Arteta's a better coach than me. Last time I checked, I'm not a coach. Don't want to be a coach, and Arteta is a better coach than me. But he ain't got the ban. I've got more banter than him. I'm better than FIFA than him. I'm a better singer than him. So I think I'd rather be me than managing Arsenal. To be honest, I wouldn't want to manage Arsenal. I wouldn't swap what I do. I wouldn't swap working in McDonald's to manage Arsenal at the moment. And there's nothing wrong with working in McDonald's. You get a free one if you work there. I have worked in McDonald's before. You get a free one. I only did it for a couple of weeks. But yeah, you can have what you like. You can have a Big Mac meal. Not too bad. How can Arteta be better than Ollie? This makes me laugh. Do you not read league tables? How can he be better than Ollie when we are higher than you in the league? Again, for the second season in a row. You finished 8th. We finished 3rd. You're in 11th. We're in 3rd again. We will be 2nd. Pepe goes for the shot. Wants a handball. Cross comes in. Oh, Leicester are a bit ragged here. Tell you what, there is a big chance here. Corner. Arsenal fans telling me that the difference is Bruno. Oh yeah. I mean, Bruno's a fantastic player, but I guarantee Manchester United would be down in 11th if we didn't have Bruno. There's a VAR check here for a handball, I think, from the Pepe shot. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. This is going to be a penalty to Arsenal. This is a penalty for me. Don't know what you lot think. His hands are up like he don't care. Gonna give it. Clear penalty. Yeah. It is. It is a penalty. I can't argue with that. His hands are up in the air. It's carried a long way. Pepe with the shot. It carries at least... Yeah, his hands are in a stupid position there. Yeah, it's a penalty, isn't it? If we don't win the title this year, I'm off to B&Q, says Bruno Fernandes. This is for 2-1. Rodgers will be fuming. Lacazette's got it. D1 says, Ndidi best CDM in the world, they said. In the league. I tell you what, he's not been very good today, has he? He hasn't been good today. I think it's a fair point to say. He's looked very sluggish. If we win and United lose, says Zane, mate, what? Stop. Zane, if we lose and you win, we're still over 10 points ahead of you. Like, stop. Lower your expectations. And Man United are in a different area to you. 2-1 to Arsenal. Penalty scored by Lacazette. Acting like they've won the league. Look, big win it's a big, massive win. This would be a giant killing for Arsenal. Winning against Leicester would be huge for them. But if Arsenal win today, they got to 37 points. They'll be 12 points behind United even if we lose. And Zane's getting excited. You're having a laugh. Hey, Zane, I want you to win. I want Arsenal to win. I'm so not scared of you. You are so inoffensive. You are so irrelevant. I want you to win. That's how bad Arsenal are at the moment. I want you to win because I need Leicester to drop points. I never want Arsenal to win. I want you to win. I'm happy you're winning 2-1. I want you to win this game because I want Leicester to lose. So that's how scared I am of Leicester. I am scared. I'm a little bit scared of Leicester. I'm not scared of Arsenal at all. And I think Arsenal do deserve to win. I don't know what anybody else. I think Arsenal deserve to be winning. Leicester have looked really poor, to be honest. A few long shots, but the goal was taken well by Tielemans. But Arsenal have, I mean, they nearly had a penalty. It wasn't a penalty on Pepe. They've obviously had a penalty to go in front. They've looked the better side. And Leicester have been poor. So Rodgers will be mightily pissed off with this. A lot of people in the live comments saying they want Arsenal to win as well, who are Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans. Yeah, definitely. And Diddy's overrated. That's an unpopular opinion, says Evan Scannell. And Mark, when Dangote buys us and transforms the club, you'll be worried. We will see you in the final, and it'll be party time, says Zayn Miassi. Probably be injured though, Zayn. I don't think United will go anywhere near the title with the Glazers in charge. No, Heartless, I don't. And I tell you what, this should be about half time now, so we can play either or, and you can get your questions in. Do more unpopular opinions if you want. We can play that at half time. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner to do that. And yeah, massive day today. This just whets the appetite ahead of Manchester United against Chelsea. I'm pumped up and I'm agitated. I'm excited. Yeah, I am because it's a massive game for Manchester United and Chelsea today. But hopefully, if Leicester lose, that's a little bit of positivity ahead of that game. And as I said, it might seem weird for me as a Manchester United fan or a Chelsea fan or a Liverpool fan to want Arsenal to win, but we do because we're interested in the league. And that's the main thing. Look, there's a bigger rivalry. There's a bigger rivalry for Chelsea and Liverpool and Manchester United with Arsenal than there is for Leicester. But this is the whole thing. The rivalry doesn't really mean anything because Arsenal have become a mid-table club this season and they're not a threat. So that rivalry that we have with Arsenal, and there is a rivalry there, is irrelevant this year because Arsenal are nowhere near us in the league and they're not going to be near us. But Leicester are in that race for top four, very much so. And I look at Leicester's next few fixtures, Brighton, Burnley and Sheffield United, and they could win all three of those. So we need Leicester to drop points today. And all three of those points, ideally, need to be dropped. So hopefully Arsenal can keep this up. And Leicester have been poor. Apart from the Tielemans goal, they've been poor. So well done to Arsenal. Keep it up. Just to the Arsenal fans saying, "Except we smacked you." I can't think of being smacked by Arsenal. I remember a draw at the Emirates in January, and I remember a 1-0 loss in, is it October? You scored a penalty and won 1-0, and that penalty was your goal of the month because it was your only goal in the Premier League. So I don't remember getting smacked up by Arsenal at all. If Leicester bottle this again with top four, surely Rodgers has to go 2 seasons in a row, says Aaron. No, I don't agree with that. I think that Leicester are probably exceeding expectation. When you look at their squad, comparable to an Arsenal, a Chelsea, a Manchester United, a Liverpool, a Spurs, you would put Arsenal, you would put Leicester at 7th, and they're consistently exceeding that. I think Leicester need a good quality number 10 and a good quality striker to compete with Maddison and Vardy, and this is where they seem to fall down a lot, in my opinion. Leicester are going to bottle top 4 this year again. They just fall off later on in the season because they need a bigger squad. Footy freak, I agree with you. I do. I think you're spot on there. But look, I didn't agree with Arteta and the substitutes not the substitutes, the changes he's made to his team. Aubameyang on the bench, Saka on the bench. A couple of others I would have started on the bench as well. But at the moment, it's working quite well. Look, 10 minutes to go before half time. They're losing 1-0. They're now winning 2-1. It is a penalty. And it's a good goal from the Willian cross from David Luiz. So Arsenal will be very, very happy with that at the moment. And Leicester have got to improve massively in the second half. If they want to get top 4, they can't be losing these sort of games. Rice or Ndidi, Pritu. I've always said Declan Rice for me this season. I do. I prefer Declan Rice. Also, he's younger and I think he's got more potential. And he's more of a leader as well. Unpopular opinion, Partey is massively overrated, hasn't done anything in Atletico and Arsenal, injury prone Duracell Bunny, says Philip. That probably will be unpopular, Philip. If Grant, Hendo and Romero all leave United, Hughes will need to buy a new goalkeeper. No, says Jaden. We'll need to buy a new backup goalkeeper, yeah. but just somebody who's happy to sit on the bench. Leicester are looking tired, says Adrian. Opinions on Everton this season, says Jay Reynolds. Again, they're doing very, very well, but again, I think Leicester's problem is Everton's problem. When everybody's fit, they've got good teams, but who's the backup for Calvert-Lewin? Who's the backup for Rodriguez? They need to bring in 3 or 4 new players, both of those teams, so they can have a stronger bench. That's the problem with Leicester and Everton. They don't have the depth. They can beat people on their day. Is McTominay injured today? I don't know, mate. Unpopular opinion, Messi is still clear of every other player, says Kun Aguero. I think Messi and Ronaldo are still clear of every other player. I just think people are bored of saying it, so they're trying to, invest in these new players that are coming through, like Haaland and Mbappe, even Neymar, who's not a new player. But the reality is that they are still the best 2. Which FIFA is the best and why? Says Manchester United. I just play FIFA every year and I enjoy it. I'm not really of that mindset to go, oh, this is not as good as that one. I'm not like that with that, to be fair. Basuma is the best CDM in the league and he's better than Rice and Ndidi, says David Kelly. Hard to say when you're playing at a club like Brighton because the expectations are a lot lower, aren't they? I think he has. I do think he's got to move to a bigger club, definitely. I'd agree with you on that. Salah deserves the Player of the Year. Unpopular opinion, says Rapid Rider. No, I do think that Bruno is clear. I do think Bruno is clear for it this year. I think the goals and assists and impact he's had over the year, because it's Player of the Year, isn't it? It's not Player of the Season, it's Player of the Year, because they vote in December. So you're taking into account that what he's done across 2 seasons. I think that's how it works, because they vote in December, don't they? So it's Player of the Year and not Player of the Season. A lot of people think it's Player of the Season because it gets given in May, doesn't it? But they vote in December, so basically you're doing it for the year, aren't you? Which is stupid, really, but there you go. Saka should win Player of the Year, Young Player of the Year, says Safani. I think he would be a contender, yeah. Can't think who would be the him or Foden, I suppose, would be the 2 standout ones. I think Foden will win it, to be fair, but he's definitely a contender for it. Do you think Chelsea are going to win today, says Matteo, who is a Chelsea fan? I think it's going to be a draw. Man United can't afford to lose it. And Willian Masterclass, says Ali Mohammed. Yeah, he's sitting down those critics. He's doing quite well at the moment. Do you think Bruno should be a nominee for Ballon d'Or, says Jamie Gardner? Well, this is controversial. Unpopular opinion. No, I don't. Because I think that to be a Ballon d'Or winner, you've really got to be a player that's playing in elite trophies. And we're not in the Champions League. So the Europa League is, whatever anybody thinks about the Europa League, it is what it is. It's a tournament for the Poundland teams in Europe. The Champions League is the elite tournament. Manchester United are not in it. So anything Bruno does in the Europa League, he's doing in a second division tournament. So I think a Ballon d'Or winner has to be somebody doing it at the highest level. I think if Bruno was doing this for PSG or someone like that, then he would be a Ballon d'Or winner. And I think he's good enough to be a Ballon d'Or contender, but I don't think you can be a Ballon d'Or contender just because you're playing well in a team that's not good enough to play in the elite tournament in Europe. So no, I don't think he should be getting it. But there you go. Messi didn't win a trophy last year and was a Ballon d'Or contender. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that Barcelona were competing for a title and that they were playing in the latter stages of the Champions League, which they were, because they got absolutely hammered by PSG, didn't they? So we didn't even get out the group stage. So look, I said it would be an unpopular opinion, but that's just what I think. Ansu Fati is the best young player in the world, says Heartless. I don't watch La Liga, so I don't really know. Kane or Salah, says Jay Reynolds. I think at United I would take Salah, really, because we need a right winger, and I think Manchester United need a right. Man United to me need a right winger more than they need a striker, because we don't create for our striker. Whether it's Cavani, Martial, Rashford, whoever plays as number 9, they don't get the chances. So I think Salah would make us more creative. So yeah. Where do you think Arsenal will finish, says Danaka. I don't think it really matters to me where Arsenal finish. I don't think it matters to anyone. The reality is I want Arsenal to win. I shouldn't be saying that. As a Manchester United fan, I shouldn't want Arsenal to win. And if I was an Arsenal fan, I would be worried by that. Because when a Man United fan or a Chelsea fan or a Liverpool fan is saying, I want Arsenal to win, that means Arsenal are not a threat. So I don't care where Arsenal finish because they're not going to finish in the top 4. And that, to me, is all I'm bothered about at the moment as a United fan. Leicester could finish in the top 4, so I want Arsenal to win. Looking at the league table, I think Arsenal could get as high as... They could probably get as high as 7th, which would be an improvement on 8th last year. But, I mean, look, Arsenal should be finishing... I mean, it's difficult. It's difficult for Arsenal because they should finish above Leeds. So 10th is a minimum. I'm not taking the piss, I'm talking the truth. 10th is a minimum for Arsenal. Can they finish above Spurs? I think that's an interesting battle. Can they finish above Villa? Well, Villa have got a game in hand on Arsenal and would still be 2 points ahead of them even if Arsenal win today. Can they finish above Everton? Potentially. So I think Arsenal could finish 7th if they finish the season well. I don't think they're going to finish above Liverpool. I don't think they're going to finish above Chelsea, Leicester or Man United. And finishing above West Ham is very hard for them because West Ham are going to be 8 points ahead of them even if Arsenal win today. So it's difficult. I think 7th is probably as good as Arsenal can do. If they get 6th, well done. But they won't get top 5. Best number 9 in the prime, Van Persie or Van Nistelrooy, says Joshua Bellwater. I think Van Nistelrooy was amazing. I think Van Nistelrooy's only down point was that he was playing at the same time as Thierry Henry. And he used to get compared to Thierry Henry, who... Even as a United fan, I can say that Thierry Henry was better than Van Nistelrooy. Of course he was. Controversial opinion or unpopular opinion from Ethan that Leicester has replaced Arsenal in the Big Six. Well, I can't answer that question. Well, I can answer it, but it's very difficult because at what point do you change the traditional top 6? We were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. The traditional top 6 is Man City, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs and Arsenal. That is the traditional top 6. But Leicester, over the last... Since winning the league, how many times have Leicester finished in the top 6? I don't know. Somebody can give us that answer. And I'm pretty sure it's got to be quite a few times. So how do you become a traditional top 6 club? And I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I think Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, Man City are going to be seen as the traditional top 6 for a long time, regardless of whether they're finishing top 6, because they're big clubs with the expectation that that's where they should be. Arsenal won't finish top 6 this season. They didn't do it last year. Leicester probably will, but I don't see Leicester taking that spot. I think what teams like Everton and Leicester need to do is what I said at the start of half time, is they need to grow their squad and their bench so that when James Maddison does get injured, or when Jamie Vardy does get injured, or when Dominic Calvert-Lewin does get injured, they've got a quality player on the bench that comes in and helps them. And that is when I think Leicester and Everton can consistently start to challenge to be a top 6 traditional club. I think Chelsea will win 1-0 today. Giroud will score, says Oasis. I think that's a fair prediction. I'm going to go with a draw, but you could see that happening. Chelsea are not conceding many goals, and they could certainly get a goal and nick it that way. But yeah, we'll see. I'm looking forward to that, Aidan. Oasis. Aidan says opinions on Liverpool potentially getting a cash investment of 750 million in the summer. Says Aidan. Where's that going to come from then? They don't have those sort of owners, do they? Where would they get that sort of money from? Liverpool have not been run like that before. Oh, it's the first I've heard of that. I mean, bloody hell, it's a lot of money. But I don't know where that would be coming from. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. I don't know what we're doing for that, but bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Everyone's welcome on this channel, of course. FIFA Career Mode's back tomorrow, and our next watch along is Liverpool Chelsea on Thursday. So bottom right hand corner to subscribe. We're currently on We're approaching 333,000. So bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Help us to get there. Liverpool fan or Arsenal fans, says Charlie. I'm a Manchester United fan. I don't differentiate on fans. I've got Liverpool fans that I get on really well with. I've got Arsenal fans I get on really well with. And then there's Arsenal fans and Liverpool fans who are complete twats. As there are Manchester United fans that are complete twats. You can't differentiate on a fan base because every fan base has got its prats and everyone's got its good people. So, Reece James or Trent? Oh, tough question that. Trent or James? This season, I'd say Reece James, even though he doesn't start every game for Chelsea. I think Trent's been really poor this year, but when he's playing to his full potential, I probably will still say Trent. I still think if you fused Wan-Bissaka with Trent Alexander-Arnold, you'd have the complete fullback. Because Wan-Bissaka is such a good defensive right back. Substitution here for Leicester. All Brighton's coming on. Players are coming out onto the pitch now. England 11 for the first Euros game. Pope in goal. Trent right back. Maguire and Stones. Luke Shaw left back. I would play Rice with Ward-Prowse. Number 10 would be Foden. Right side Sterling. Left side Rashford. Kane up front. But you're benching so much attacking talent, and as we know, Southgate will probably play a back five. I think Southgate's in for a lot of pressure this Euros. You know, if England flop in the Euros and he's left at home 2 or 3 quality players to take defenders, he's got to go. He's got to go. I'm not convinced. A lot of people saying, "What about Grealish? What about this? What about that?" That's the problem, isn't it? I like Mason Mount. I like Grealish. I like Sancho. There's lots and lots and lots of players I like. You asked me what my 11 would be. That's what it would be. But I think Southgate's got to go. If he doesn't take some of these players and then we play defensive football and we don't do well, he's got to go because there's so much attacking quality in that team. We should be playing on the front foot. Reports. Aidan says reports are saying a private investor is investing 750 million into FSG for 10% shares. Of course, FSG can decide to take the money for themselves, but apparently reports say they are going to invest it all into Liverpool. It's interesting. Well, I'm not bitter. Well, I suppose I am bitter about it as a United fan, but I was talking about this very same problem last night. You can't close a gap on teams that are spending to win when you don't spend to win yourself and you don't do it competently. The reason I'd put Ward-Prowse in the team is because I don't want to play Rice and Henderson. I don't want to play Rice and Phillips. It's too defensive. I want somebody to play in the midfield too who is creative. And I'm not convinced you can just play Rice, Mount and Foden or Rice, Mount and Grealish. I think you've got to have somebody that's used to playing the defensive role but is more attacking. And Ward-Prowse plays in a 2 for Southampton. Phillips is too defensive, Henderson is too defensive and Rice is too defensive. One of them's got to be offensive. So I think Ward-Prowse would work. It won't happen, but you name me a really good box-to-box player that's English and I would put them in there. But Ward-Prowse is just the first one that comes to mind. Mason Mount could probably do it, yeah. I'd be happy to take Mount, do that then. I haven't seen Mount do that a lot for Chelsea. When I see Chelsea play, they've got Kante and Kovacic or Kovacic and Jorginho. I don't see Mount playing that role. Who's going to start today, Greenwood or James, says Rohan? I think James will start if he's fit because I think we're going to play very defensive and I think Dan James' defensive work is probably better than that. Got a super chat here from Finn. He says, on that 750 influx, 10% of Liverpool's owners' company is being bought, with a large chunk of the money expected to go to Liverpool's budget. There you go. There you go. Good tackle by Sionku on Pepe there. He was nearly in. So can Leicester get back into this game is the question. It's a rhetorical one. And there's an injury here now to Harvey Barnes. They don't want to be losing Oh, he's stretched as well. They do not want to be losing him for an injury. And this is where Leicester's season could start to unravel, really. Can't afford to be losing players. Just overstretches for the ball, Harvey Barnes. Ooh, I don't think that's going to be good news. I don't think that's going to be good news. These are the sort of injuries that... Yeah, he's coming off. Bad news. Bad news for Leicester. Very bad news for Leicester, that. Just having a look. Euros chances maybe in the bin. Call up for England probably in the bin as well. Fabza later says that's my fantasy team screwed. Harvey Barnes going off injured. Well, he's got his leg in a... Well, it's not a cast. It's like a plastic wrapper. It's like a plastic sleeping bag. But big blow for Leicester, that. It is a really big blow for Leicester. We've seen 2 injuries today that are disappointing in relation to England. Smith Rowe and now Harvey Barnes. Mark, imagine Ward-Prowse free kicks at the Euros, says Sahil, dead ball specialist as well. Would you say we have a golden generation of England talent? If so, talent-wise, this gen or the Beckham, Gerrard, Rooney, etc.? Having lived them both, Matthew, I think that's a really good question. And I think that this generation of talent that we've got coming through is exciting. But it's nowhere near as exciting and wasted as the Beckham and Scholes and Lampard and Gerrard and Terry and Rooney and Owen and all the players that we had around then. Ashley Cole, Rio Ferdinand. We had an amazing, amazing team then. And it was misused by the Prats that was Sven-Goran Eriksson, because he was just too interested in going out with Ulrika and being in the papers. Because no, I'm only joking. He was too placid to manage that team. He tried to put everyone in the same team. Willian's been amazing, says Tommy Mullen. Well, get on to your haters in your own fan base. You know, that's what I would say. So Leicester without Harvey Barnes, I think, is Perez come on? I'd be right in thinking that, I think. Still 0-0 in the Palace-Fulham game. But this is good news for Arsenal. Good news for Manchester United as well. Barnes is in everyone's fantasy team. Oh, Under came on, not Perez, sorry. Under's come on for Leicester. Sorry about that. I got that wrong. I got it wrong. Put my hands up, got it wrong. So good for Arsenal. They've actually got... I mean, it just shows you, doesn't it? I didn't think Arteta's team was that good that he picked with all the players on the bench. But here's Pepe. Oh, Odegaard. Willian. Pepe! It's 3-1 to Arsenal. And it should be game over. Got a little bit of luck there, but Pepe started it. He won't miss that one. And Leicester are in the mud. I told you. People said you're sleeping on Leicester. I'm not sleeping. I'm wide awake. I'm wide awake. I've had 5 cans of Red Bull. I couldn't be more awake. I've not been sleeping on Leicester. The flop starts here. The flop starts here. Arsenal doing what we needed them to do. And Leicester are... No, I don't see Leicester coming back from this. Willian with another assist. 2 assists for Willian. And Willian sitting down his haters with another assist. Probably man of the match for me, Willian. It's very rare that I enjoy an Arsenal win, but I'm very much enjoying this. Because we need Leicester to lose, as I said it many times. Pepe with the tap-in, it was literally a tap-in. Willian basically tried to score himself, but it deflected through the legs of, I think, a Leicester defender there and found itself to Pepe on the edge of the... Well, literally just for a tap-in in front of the goal. Harvey Barnes clearly carries Leicester. Well, Leicester are going to struggle. They've got no Harvey Barnes. They've got no Maddison. Their creativity has disappeared. And Arsenal are playing confident. They've dominated the ball. But here's Vardy. Good play by Vardy. Cross comes in. Wins a corner. Good for Manchester United, says Ronit. It is very good for Manchester United, this result. Very good indeed. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. I don't see Leicester getting back into this, but you just never know with Arsenal's defence. Anything is possible. And, of course, they have got Aubameyang on the bench. They have got Saka on the bench. They have got options on the bench if they want to use them. Corner comes in. Headed away by David Luiz. Sionku. Overhead kick. Crap overhead kick. Arsenal get rid of it. And there's a player down injured now, so I don't know what's going on there. David Luiz has hurt his head. We won't be singing the song today. David Luiz the clown. It's David Luiz the clown. He's doing well today. He's having a good game. I don't even know what he's done there. I didn't see anything happen to him. Cross comes in. Heads it away off the top of his head. Must be in the second phase. He's alright. What's your score predictions for Manchester United-Chelsea then? The big game of the day. I've gone for a draw. To be honest, I wouldn't be too bad. Wouldn't be too unhappy with a draw, considering Leicester are going to lose. I think that sort of gives us a little bit of breathing space. But the problem is, if we were to lose and Liverpool were to win, we'd be 6 points ahead of Liverpool, but only 3 ahead of Chelsea. Same points as Leicester. It boxes up big time. So very important that Manchester United don't lose today. If we were to win, God, that's why I'm excited. If Man United to win today, we'd be 9 points ahead of Liverpool, assuming they beat Sheffield United. 9 points ahead of Chelsea, 3 points ahead of Leicester. We'd be open. It's a massive opportunity if United can get a win today. It really is. It's getting me excited. It's such an opportunity. I just can't get my head around what an opportunity it is. It'd be super smashing great. It'd be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Let's go and do it, lads. I'm up for it. Come on, mad for it. Let's do it. But I've been impressed with Arsenal. Yeah, they've dominated the ball throughout the game, and Leicester have been very, very poor, to be fair. Leicester, to me, playing very much... I tell you what Leicester remind me of at the moment. They remind me of how they played after lockdown last season, whereby they're in a strong position in the top 4, and then they just implode. I suppose the difference well, actually, you say the difference. I don't necessarily know that if there is a difference, but they have got 3 games after this that you'd go, yeah, they're going to win those games. They've got Burnley, they've got Brighton, and they've got Sheffield United. But that's only because of league position. Look at the league position today, you would have said, ooh, there's a big chance for Leicester to beat Arsenal. Arsenal have played them off the park. Brighton aren't a terrible team. I could see Brighton getting something out of Leicester. You could see... the way Leicester are playing today, I'd be very surprised if they took 9 points against Brighton, Burnley and Sheffield United, even though that's what you need to do if you want to get top 4. I think this could be the start of a Leicester implosion. As per standard. I'm not sleeping on it. Not sleeping on it. A lot of people going for a Chelsea win. We'll be live on the United Stand for that. The watch-along chat is already open, actually. It'll be live at 3 o'clock. Big game of the day. Very excited about it. Definitely need to win it. Not win it. Definitely don't need to lose it. Stamford Bridge is not a happy hunting ground for Manchester United, though. Unfortunately. Tillemans now. I think he's all right. Just pulled his hamstring a little bit there. So half an hour to go. It's not over yet. Not over yet. They could still get back into it, Leicester, but we've not seen much evidence of them getting back into it. It's been very disappointing. And it's funny how things change, isn't it? Because we're saying at half-time, at the start of the game, we were saying, well, Leicester might have done a really clever thing here. Get knocked out of the Europa League, focus on top four and get the Champions League. But actually, when you look at it, the team he picked against Slavia Prague wasn't really a weakened team. Maybe they lost to Slavia Prague because they're playing crap at the moment. And maybe Leicester are now going to struggle. Guy says, this is bad for United. We want Leicester in the top four so Liverpool, Chelsea don't get it. Oh, I'm not bothered about that. Take care of your own business. I'm not bothered. If Chelsea and Liverpool get top four, Chelsea and Liverpool get top four. I'm not. What? Apart from laughing, what is the benefit of Chelsea and Liverpool not getting top four? It's not like their club's gonna implode, is it? Man United have had years in the Europa League and we've still bought in good players. I don't think Klopp or Liverpool would fall apart as a club if they didn't have Champions League football. Chelsea lack creativity. We're going to win, says Chassis. I think it's going to be a draw. Very excited about it, but I think it will be a draw. And I wouldn't be opposed to that. LCFCJ says, hi Mark, love the show as per usual. People saying we're flopping the top four, forget injury crisis this season, bored have left Rodgers out to dry. I do agree with that. I would say that to Leicester fan. I think a lot of people have got a lot of time for Leicester. I do like Leicester, but I think the reason you bottled it, and I predicted it, I said it in lockdown, and loads of people were saying, I'm going to clip this, that and the other. I said in lockdown, United would finish third, and people were like, no chance you finish above Leicester. I went, look at the injury problems Leicester have got, and I'd say it again. Leicester are probably better off out the Europa League, whether they wanted to be in it or not, because look at your squad. If Vardy picks up an injury, you're in trouble. Maddison's out, Barnes is out. That's 2 long-term injuries there. Leicester are going to struggle, I think, now. I think they're going to drop points, and I think you're absolutely correct. The problem is, very good first 11, Leicester, but they don't have the depth. They've got a chance here. Iheanacho, God, he's crap. He really is crap. Not a bad ball there to Albrighton. Cross comes in, David Luiz clears it. But yeah, Leicester need a top quality striker, a top quality number 10, and a top quality winger to add to what they've got. So that when Barnes is injured, you've got the winger. When Maddison's injured, you've got a number 10. I'm not saying go and buy Grealish. I'm just saying, they're very good at bringing in players from abroad. There's probably a French winger they can bring in and something like that. There's been this much hype over United versus Chelsea that I have Bruno captain in my fantasy team. This much hype will probably end up being a 0-0, says Aidan. If I had to bet on a score, I would bet 0-0. Pepe Masterclass, not even our strongest team, says Zane Miassi. Zane, look at the league. Don't get excited. The league doesn't lie. The league doesn't lie, Zane. You've played 26 games and you're in 9th. As it stands. And Spurs have got 2 games in hand on you. And they're playing at 2 o'clock against Burnley. But in fairness, Zane, I will give you a virtual high five and say thank you very much today. We needed Leicester to drop points, and you've delivered. You can never rely on Arsenal, so I'm very pleased that we can rely on them today to do what needed to be done. Apparently, Bale's going to start for Spurs. I'll give you the early team news on that actually, because it is a 2 o'clock kickoff. So Spurs at home to Burnley. They need a win. Lloris in goal, Aurier, Sanchez, Alderweireld and Reguilon. Ndembele and Højbjerg, Bale, Lucas Moura, Son and Kane. On the bench, Eric Dyer, Dele Alli. I'll tell you what, I'll give Mourinho his dues there. That's a really good team for Spurs on paper. There's no Eric Dyer at centre-back, which is always a positive. He's put Ndembele next to Højbjerg instead of Sissoko, so there's a bit of creativity in the pivot. He's got Bale, Moura, Son and Kane for creativity. And that's quite an attacking... Reguilón back at left-back. I think Spurs will win that. I think that's an attacking intent side from Spurs, and they need to win. Much the same with Spurs. If they were to win today, they could go up to 39 points. Very hard for Spurs to get back into any sort of race for top 4 or even 5th. But if they don't, they've got to win the Europa League like Arsenal, and not every one of them can do it. So that's a good team by Spurs today. They've got a big week themselves. They're playing on Thursday at 6 o'clock against Fulham, and then next Sunday they're playing Crystal Palace. So they need 9 points from this week. Mourinho needs 9 points from this week. But at least he's gone with a bit of a more of attacking side. I'm not doing a watch along for that, no, because I'll be live on the United Stand at 3 o'clock for all the early team news for Manchester United. I'll have it on. I'll have that game on. I will keep an eye on it, but I'm not doing a watch along for it. I do think Arsenal deserve the win, Luke. I think they've been the better side. I think Leicester have been very, very poor. I don't know what anybody else thinks, but yeah. Chassé says, imagine Son and Kane in an attacking side. Well, it's an attacking side today. You've got Ndembele playing in the midfield pivot. You've got Moura and Pepe. Oh, good defence by Cedric there. Beat Vardy for pace as well. You'd have thought Vardy would have been through there. And lovely ball. Sprint race between Vardy and Cedric wins it. Fair play. But yeah, you've got Moura, Bale, Son, Kane. You've got Ndembele in the midfield. Reguilón playing as well as the attacking fullback. So yeah, so straight race here. Actually, it wasn't Cedric, was it? It was that Moya. He's gone with him, hasn't he? Vardy's finished. You'd expect... it was Mari, sorry. You'd expect Vardy to win that sprint there, be one-on-one. Very surprised, actually. I don't know. I love all these Arsenal fans who laugh at me for not knowing who their centre-back is. Like, I'm not an Arsenal fan. I haven't got a bloody clue who he is. You're not prime 98 Arsenal where everyone knows your starting 11. You're mid-table Arsenal. Not everyone knows who plays for you anymore. This is the problem with becoming an irrelevant club. Nobody really knows who plays for you that much anymore. I can name about 8 of your players, but I don't know every player. I don't know who that lad is. Honestly, I don't really know who he is. Where's he born? Stoke. Got no idea. Mark, hate to say it, but maybe Arteta has played a blinder like Pep. Rested Oba, Saka and still beat Leicester. Ollie would never have the balls to do that for us. Yes and no. They're not playing midweek. Like, if we're playing on Wednesday, Arsenal aren't even playing until next Saturday. So he has given players a rest, but they've got a week off as well. Partey's come on anyway. Arsenal just need to see this out now. Palace and Fulham still 0-0. Important game that, because if Fulham could win it, it would get them within 1 point of Newcastle. What did Newcastle do last night? 1-1 with Wolves. Yeah, it's the sort of game that Fulham need to win that, to be fair. Leicester on the attack here. Oh, gives it away. You'd fancy Arsenal on the break here. Yeah, but I mean, look, obviously Barnes has gone off injured. Maddison's injured. But they've also got Fofana's out injured as well. He was having a good season for Leicester. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Johnny Evans and Sionku, but to me, Fofana looked absolutely immense. Spurs are going to win 5-0 today, says Rinku. Looks like it's a good typical Leicester, says SND. Bottled it towards the end of the season. I don't know how long. I think Maddison's out for about 3 weeks, isn't he? If anyone's got a Maddison injury update. Stand by me. Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right hand corner. We're getting close to 333,500. Bottom right hand corner to subscribe. You're all welcome on this channel. No club. Well, it's not a club channel. It's a generic channel for everyone to get involved in. Obviously, I'm a United fan, and we'll have fans from different clubs. But it's a channel for everybody. So subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and get involved. FIFA Career Mode's back tomorrow. I think on a Monday. I would normally do it about 3:45. Mark, unlike you, we don't rely on one player. Wouldn't Spurs and United lose Kane and Bruno? Says Zane Miassi. No, that's not strictly true, is it, Zane? Marcus Rashford would be a big loss for us. Pogba's been a big loss. We've obviously got Bruno. Luke Shaw's been a revelation this season. So we've got more than one good player at our club, and that's why we are fighting for second, and you are fighting for 11th. Johnny Evans off injured now. I thought they're dropping like flies. This is the problem. This is the problem you have when you play Thursday, Sunday football. It's too much football for the modern day footballer to play intensely on a Thursday night and then again on a Sunday lunchtime. It's hard for both these teams today. And I think that's what Arteta saw, isn't it? I mean, Zane, I'll give you some credit there. You've not actually come up with the problem, but I'll give it for you. You played on Thursday night. Why are you kicking off at 12 o'clock on a Sunday? It's 2.5 days rest. That's disgusting. That's disgusting from the Premier League to get Leicester and Arsenal to kick off at 12 o'clock on a Sunday lunchtime when they only played on Thursday night. 2.5 days rest. That's nothing. And all right, you could say the same about United, but that extra 4.5 hours does make a difference, because these players will have had to be up early today, and and what have we seen today? How many injuries have we seen Leicester pick up? So maybe Arteta's looked at it like that and said, this is not good. I'm not picking players who played on Thursday night against Benfica. I'm gonna give some a rest. Jason Doyle says, what you smoking? Luke Shaw's been a revelation. What club do you support, Jason? Because, you know, if you don't watch a team, then of course you're going to laugh about it. Any Manchester United fan worth their salt will tell you that Luke Shaw's a contender for Player of the Year this year. So what's to laugh about? Arteta masterclass, says Keno. I'm just happy they win. It was my 22nd birthday yesterday. Can I get a birthday shout out? Says Zach. Happy birthday, Zach, for yesterday. Hope you're having a good weekend. Last night I dreamt I was sitting on your lap being fed warm milk and being read a bedtime story, says Hin. Nightmare then. 20 to go. If Leicester can get one back, then maybe there's a chance. But as things stand at the moment, Arsenal looking like they're going to be the victor. There's a chance on the back post. It's a goal. Oh! Good. Oh no, it was nowhere near. I thought it was going in. From Albrighton, he hit it well, but it was just the ball moving up in the air. It looked like it was going towards the top corner. Luke Shaw's the best English left back, yeah, 100%. He's got to be the first choice in the Euros. Booking for Tielemans. Willian has been a revelation as well today for Arsenal. Thanks, Aaron, for the super chat there. I don't know what the injury news is for Manchester United. Luke Shaw this season has been the best left back in the league, says Ali Morgan. Yeah, I think Luke Shaw and Andy Robertson's a little bit like Bruno and De Bruyne, isn't it? I think De Bruyne and Robertson are better players than Luke Shaw and Bruno Fernandes, but this season Bruno's been better than De Bruyne and Luke Shaw's been better than Robertson. And that's the difference, isn't it? There's a form and there's a talent. And the talent is with De Bruyne and Robertson, but the form is with Bruno and Luke Shaw. And that happens. You know, sometimes you have seasons where people don't play to their full potential and some people will be the better player because of form. People don't understand that there is talent and there is form. Eden Hazard is a better player than Harvey Barnes, but Harvey Barnes is having a better season. And I know they're playing off different leagues, but that's what I'm talking about. Form, Harvey Barnes. Talent, Eden Hazard. But they don't always merge, and that's the sweet spot you're looking for. When you've got a talented player in form, they will be the best. Yeah, Robertson's not been good this season, but neither's Trent, and I think the whole Liverpool team is suffering because of the centre back. Their midfield is not as good because midfielders are having to play at the back. Their fullbacks are not as good because they're having to defend more to help out their weak centre backs, and their forwards are struggling from not getting as much creativity because of everything else in the side. So it's the way it goes. Chris Grove says performance is temporary, class is permanent. Well, that's not true, is it? You tell that to Eden Hazard. That is one of the worst statements that is not even Chris's. You hear it all the time. Form is temporary, class is permanent. It's not. Because class players can lose their ability and never get it back. Look at Gareth Bale. He was world class. That's not been permanent in his late 20s and early 30s, has it? It's just a statement that people use when somebody's going through a bad... Like, if Martial scores today, I will say, form is temporary, class is permanent. Because it's a great statement to say when a bad player who's playing badly finds their form. Form is the thing that you want to be permanent. Class is only as good as your form. Would you take Gravy Barnes at Man United to CM? I think he means Harvey Barnes. I think it's not Gravy, Garvey. Ravel Morrison, case closed, says LP. Well, yeah, people might not know anything about Ravel Morrison, but he was basically one of the best talented players Manchester United have had in the youth setup, and he never found any form. He had the class, he never had the form. Sorry, Mark, I can't stand Luke Shaw slander, says Daniel Luciano. And let's even forget Luke Shaw being contender for Player of the Year. How about him being the best English left back and easily a top 3 left back in the league? Fair points. Kalidou Koulibaly. I'd love Koulibaly at Man United, Maverick. But I think... I don't know how to pronounce his name. I don't know how to spell his name. But Iheanacho has got to be one of the worst players I've seen. Times hard when things have got no meaning now. Stand by me. Nobody knows the way it's gonna be. Are you excited for Zack Snyder's Justice League, Mark? Says Akash. What's that? Oh, is this the thing you see on Twitter all the time? Release the Snyder Cut. I don't watch it, so I don't know what it is. Made a meal and threw it up on Sunday. Got a lot of things to learn. Is Willian again? He's had a very good game. Arsenal fans hate him. Arsenal fans hate Willian, and he's been the man that's won him the game today. Oh, that must be hard. That must be hard. Arsenal doing good for United. Love to see it, says Ronan. I don't like Golf Ashton, no. It's too long. I could never. There's lots of things about golf that are long. It takes too long to get half decent at it. You've got to practice for ages. When you actually play it, you need to take the whole day to play it, and it's boring to watch. So golf's not a good thing for me. I know a lot of people who do like it, and fair play, but to me that would be a big no-no. Maybe when I retire, but nah. I like football golf. I've played that before. I love football golf. Finally, you're singing Stand By Me, Mark, says Alexander. Can Leicester do anything here in the last 12 minutes? Under's got it on the right. He's no good. What's he all about? Could be 4. Oh no, Leicester got it. I mean, he's a regular for the Turkish national side Under, but and he's on loan at Leicester at the moment, but from Roma. But I don't think there'll be there is an option of a permanent deal, but I can't see it, really. What do I think about Hudson-Odoi, Matty? A good player. Be interesting if he starts today. Here's Vardy. Just doesn't look at the races, Vardy, does he? Looks like he's carrying some sort of injury. I know he's only just back from a hernia operation, isn't he? But the heads are dropping for Leicester. I think they know that they're going to be dropping 3 points here, which is basically what everybody feels like when they play Arsenal and lose now. You've dropped 3 points. What's your go-to karaoke song, says Scott? God, I've not done karaoke for ages, Scott. Not done for ages. Is cricket a dead sport in England, says Super? No, a lot of people like cricket. Arsenal on the attack here. Do you think Dan James has been told to be more decisive, hasn't been running into blind channels as much, more committed to either a shot or a cross as K? Yeah. Do you like Simon Pegg movies, says Daniel Luciano? I do actually, because I watched... I've watched a few of them recently, funnily enough. I like Hot Fuzz. I've always liked Hot Fuzz. I watched Shaun of the Dead again the other week, and I watched World's End for the first time, which I actually quite liked. I quite enjoyed the World's End. That was good. Corner here for Arsenal. Deflects off him. Thoughts on Saka? I don't think we'll be seeing him today, Zach. Don't need to use him. Rusty says, are you going to leave United stand at 1 million? Ooh, imagine that. And yeah, I'm live at 3 o'clock on the United stand for Chelsea, Manchester United. Very, very big game. That's I'm not promising it. I'm not promising to non-United fans and Chelsea fans that it'll be a great game. I just think it's one of those games that's got so much on it. With could be 0-0, like I say. No early team news, Tom. They've really clamped down. Remember a few weeks ago when we played Liverpool and I had the full team 4 hours before kickoff? I don't think United were very happy about that. So they've really clamped down on early team news now. So it doesn't come out as often. Corner cleared, but comes to the edge of the box. Cherney hits it and he shoots it wide. Good technique, but it was wide. Do you think Ollie wanted to buy Koulibaly to partner Lindelof, but the board bought Maguire and he still wants to play Lindelof? Says Haddy. That's an interesting idea, but I think I think Ollie loves Harry Maguire. To be fair, I don't think that he's unhappy with Harry Maguire. It's his captain. He probably overrates him, to be honest. I think most United fans would agree with me on that one. He probably overrates Harry Maguire, but. That'll be very interesting what he does against Chelsea today, because Lindelof and Bailly played on Thursday. I think he'll go Lindelof and Maguire, but I wouldn't do that. City Bayern final, Maverick, would be huge, especially if City have already won the FA Cup, the Premier League, and they're going for the treble. History repeating itself. Bayern Munich playing another English side, winning a treble. So Aubameyang's coming on for the last 10 minutes for Lacazette. Might bag himself a goal. Thoughts on the weather? The weather's quite nice at the moment, isn't it? For February, it's very sunny. Where did I get my glasses from? They're Ray-Bans, but I think I got them from like Specsavers or something like that. Well, Maguire will definitely play because he's the captain. I did quite like Lindelof and Bay. I thought they worked quite well. But he will definitely play them. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the channel. Next watch-along is Thursday, Chelsea against Liverpool. But we will have FIFA Career Mode back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. Starting tomorrow afternoon at about 3:30. Arsenal just playing a bit of keep ball here. Very good win for Arsenal this. Very, very, very grateful to them. Mark my words, Leicester will bottle top 4, says Yazza. Well, that's the example of a not a controversial opinion. It's not a controversial opinion to say Leicester will bottle top 4, because anyone's been watching this channel over the last few weeks, a lot of people have been saying in the live comments, are we sleeping on Leicester? And I always say, we're not sleeping on Leicester. We're going off evidence. And last year, Leicester bottled top 4 from a very strong position. So I'm going to say that they're going to do it again. Doesn't mean it will happen, but I think they will. I think they will bottle it. So we've not been sleeping on Leicester because the expected bottling could well be coming again. They've got a good chance. They've got Brighton, Burnley, and Sheffield United in the next 3 games. But those 3 teams aren't going to give Leicester an easy game, and Leicester have now got injury issues. Harvey Barnes, Maddison, they're tired. So, look, Leicester need to take 9 points from the next 3 games to get themselves back in this strong position that they're in. They're not going to lose that top 4 yet. There's only 1 game. You don't lose top 4 off 1 game. But they are currently down in third place. They're in third place with 49 points. That still puts them 6 ahead of Chelsea, 4 ahead of West Ham, and 9 ahead of Liverpool. But if Liverpool win, that gap is 6. If Chelsea win, that gap is 3. If West Ham have already played their game. So Leicester is still in a strong position, but they've got to start winning. And if they start dropping points, which could well happen over the next few weeks, they're going to not be in the top 4 for much longer. But they will be helped by the fact that they're not in the Europa League. Every Premier League club's got a hard week, apart from Arsenal, because they've all got to play 3 games in a week. But after that, Leicester will have a week off because they're not going to play Europa League. And Aubameyang, he nearly got his goal, just wide. Jamie Redknapp and Roy Keane going at it on Sky. What about Salah? And I predicted Leicester won't make it, says Joseph Bennett. My prediction for top 4 at the moment, I will stick by what I've always said. I'm going to go Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool and United. My pre-season prediction was Liverpool first, Chelsea second, Man City third, and United fourth. So I'm not going to be able to get them right in the right order. But there's an Arsenal player down here. Is he going to get up? Tillemans kicks it out. Well, you don't have to play on. It's a leg injury. You don't have to kick it out. I don't know why. I never understand this, right? I never understand this. The players turning to the referee because Pepe is down injured on the centre circle. It's always a frustrating thing for Arsenal. But the whole rule is that you don't have to kick the ball out unless it's a head injury, so you play on. That's the whole bloody point of the rule. I don't know why Leicester are getting frustrated there. It's just got a bit of a dead leg. It's been kneed in the leg, that's all. It's a dead leg, it hurts, but he'll be fine. About Spurs and Keane saying only Son and Kane are good enough to play for top teams, whereas the rest are average players. Redknapp didn't like it, says Salah Ahmed. Okay. It's called fair play, Mark, says Henri. Screw that. I don't have to. Yeah, if it's not, it's optional. Fair play is optional. We're playing a competitive game. There are 5 minutes to go. Play on. You might get a goal from it. Then Arsenal will lose their shit. They'll lose their concentration. Then you might get an equaliser. It's called winning. It's called being elite. I'm not going to. I wouldn't. I'd be going mad at Tielemans there if I was Rodgers for kicking it out. Nothing wrong with Pepe. Nothing wrong with him as well. Different mentalities. It's fine. You can do what you want to do. I would not be happy about that ball being kicked out. I'd be like, bullshit. Play on. If Arsenal win the ball back and they want to kick it out, that's fine. I'm not kicking it out. Mark, you need a haircut. Yeah, H, you might understand. You might not know, but we're in a pandemic and they're not open, so I do need a haircut. You're right. The corner here. Oh, Tielemans. Sorry, Tierney's gone down, holding his face. Hello from America. Can't wait till fans are back so I can fulfill my lifelong dream of watching Manchester United at Old Trafford, says Forever United. Yes. And there is a watch along on the United stand. It starts in just about an hour's time, 3 o'clock. It's a very big game. Oh, I don't know whether Under's giving him a bit of an elbow there. Let's have a look. Might be a red card. No. Don't know what happens there. Shoulder to shoulder. It's hard to see what happened. Let's watch it back again. I don't know. It's hard to see how he even gets connected in the head there. I must be blind. I've got my glasses on though. I couldn't see how he got caught in the face there. How many additional minutes? 7 additional minutes. Bloody hell. Willian, man of the match. Yeah. Why is La Liga so crap now, says Gamer. I don't know. It's a good point, but it is. Yeah, 7 minutes probably because of Harvey Barnes' injury, isn't it? And then Pepe as well. Mark, you would have needed your strongest team to beat Leicester, says Zane. Yeah, I'm struggling with that one as well. Have you not looked at the league table, Zane? I've told you on your last Super Chat. Go and have a look at the league table and look how many more points we've got than you. We can all go through individual games. I'm just happy that the underdog won today. It's an underdog. It's a proper underdog story. 11th against 2nd, and they've come out on top. Just shows you anything's possible in life. Don't believe the hype. 11th place Arsenal came to 2nd place Leicester today, and they've bagged the points. Full time in the Crystal Palace game. 0-0 in that one. There's a foul off the ball there. So Leicester will have a chance to put a cross in. Mid-table team, happy now, says Bruno Fernandez. And Everton in Europa, maybe. Not Champions League, but maybe Europa, says Nick. Well, you know, Everton, if they can get everybody fit, and of course Alan's been out for a long time, I think he's a really important player. If Everton can keep everybody fit, their league position is quite interesting because they have got a game in hand. If they won that game in hand, they'd have the same points as Chelsea, having played the same amount of games. The problem Everton have got is that can they get everybody fit and can they find some sort of consistency? Because they're playing tomorrow against Southampton. Then they've got West Brom on Thursday. If they take 6 points from those two games, then they've got Chelsea, which will be difficult next Monday. Then they've got Burnley, which, you know, who knows. And then they've got Palace, Brighton. So they've got a run of games they could win. And the interesting thing for Everton is that they are not in Europe. So I wouldn't sleep on Everton, but a lot of it's like Leicester. Everton's problem will be if they pick up injuries to good players, then they're going to struggle. But they're capable of Everton are capable of holding on to their position where they are, and if everything went well, they could go even higher. So Everton could get fifth. Mark, all leagues are in Europe are crap apart from the Prem. La Liga is dying. Bundesliga is a one-team league. Serie A is corrupt, and League One is a farmers' league, says Andrew C. Controversial opinion, unpopular opinion, maybe. William Berry says that Palace have got the most injuries in the league, so if you don't beat us, you're poor. Well, I think looking at United's week, we have to beat Palace on Wednesday. If we can get a draw against Chelsea today and beat Palace, then it just gives us a bit of breathing space going into Man City next week. We've got to beat Palace. Whatever happens, we've got to beat Palace. If we can beat Chelsea today and we can beat Palace, that puts us in a really strong position to hold on to second place. But it's a massive few weeks for United. Massive few weeks for Chelsea as well. Man United have got Chelsea today, Palace, then we've got Man City, then we've got the two legs against AC Milan, we've got West Ham in the league and Leicester in the cup. So massive few weeks ahead of the international break. Chelsea's fixtures, somebody said what are Chelsea's fixtures? Still 2 minutes to go in this, but Leicester aren't going to get back into it, to be honest. Chelsea's fixtures, obviously Man United today, then Liverpool, then Everton, then Leeds, then Atletico Madrid, and then they've got Sheffield United in the cup. So it's a tough run of fixtures for Chelsea. But look, the next two games for Chelsea are massive. Manchester United and Liverpool. If they could take 6 points from those two games, I think Chelsea have got a great chance of getting top four. Hi Mark, you're my favourite YouTuber, says Eddie. Thanks very much for the super chat there. Corner to Leicester here. Still 2 minutes to go. Back post. Oh my God. He's had a crap game. Iheanacho. He's fucking shite. He is absolute shit. I don't know why he's even in a Leicester shirt. I'm surprised he's still at the club. He should be in the Championship. Back post, unmarked, over the bar. He's rubbish. I'm so glad I've been saying all game he's rubbish because he's absolutely shite. He really is terrible. Like, he thinks he's playing rugby. Rodgers is fuming. And he should be. That guy is crap. He's really crap. As Hamza says, how has he stayed at Leicester for so long? Iheanacho, I am crapo. Did you hear about KG wearing his wife's? If Martial doesn't score today, I haven't heard of that no. Yeah, but you can see why Leicester have lost today when there's some players in there. That's good play by Under. Cross comes in. Got to be a goal this time. Blocked. It's just not going to be Leicester's day. And the final whistle goes. Very good win for Arsenal. Very good win for Arsenal. Thank you to Arsenal for winning. I think Chelsea, Liverpool, United fans are all going to say that. Good win for Arsenal. And poor from Leicester. Is this the start of the flop from Leicester? We'll see. But just important for Arsenal to win today. Thanks everyone for watching. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe, bottom right hand corner. And we will be live on the United Stand in just over an hour's time at 3 o'clock for Chelsea versus Manchester United. Speak to you all in a bit.